So I've decided to make this the third video in the series. I'll start with a saying before I get into Shu and how he relates to the atmosphere. He's the deity of light in the atmosphere. First, you must understand a true scale. If the moral scale is not the main scale, and actions don't show it, then one is evil. So let us consider that we must hold women to the standard of the samurai's wife in regards to true honor. And Pharaoh must expect this from women, or else they don't have the true honor to serve God. So now let's talk about the rather unfortunate situation and how Shu relates to it. And certainly they're dealing in more Greco-Roman deities, but this is really closer to the heart of the matter. Shu is a deity of light and atmosphere. His name is also said to be related to divine intelligence, and it means to be empty. He was equated with Ra Haraketi in the New Kingdom. So with Shu, we see a play on words. Shy, Shu, as in to shoo someone away. Shu, as in your shoes. And Shu, as in the segregated house and unit. Shoes play a role with terrain, battlefield, your field of study. There's a lot of wordplay this connects to. We also can remove the H, which is the fence, and get so, see, say, so, and sigh. So as in sow your seed, so as in sower. We also can get A's, E's, I's, O's, and U's, right? How you see things and who you are. We can also get sh, you, sh, a, sh, e, sh, I, sh, o. We can also get highs, his, has, hos, hues, right? Different colors. And hue is the deity of authoritative utterance, and to the later dynasties, creative utterance and so on. And he's. We also get he, ho, high, as being high, and who's higher than who, and the most high, and so on. Hu and ha. We also can get a, e, I, o, u, and y, as the s can be removed when we look at it forwards and backwards, and with the interchangeable vowels. We also, vowel to L, magic spells. We also can get the beginning of the word shun, which we get a whole bunch of other wordplay, nose, news, nose, right? Nice and noose. You can also get hone, sin, shin, sun, as the sun in the sky, and sun, as in your sun, and sign. What is a sign? So sin is also a moon deity. With Shu, Apep's desert spawn are said to have attacked his palace in one story. Shu lost his sight and his L. This reminds me of Ra Haraketi, who is said to dribble from the mouth as he's old, when he's given the judgment of Horus in the later fake version of Horus as the son of Osiris story, where Isis has tricked him and is trying to get him to declare her son, the winner between him and Set. Anyway, Jeb is said to violate Tefnut, his sister, and Jeb is Shu's son, and seize the throne. So again, when we look at the word show, okay, this is other wordplay. We get the word ho, with a W at the end, weighs, how much you weigh, what weighs, the whiz, the wise, ah, ow, you, ah, to have ah, so, why, was, and highs. All this wordplay has significance, okay? I personally despise it. I don't play the game. The pictures that I put on the screen, okay, are pictures that illustrate my point that somebody else made. They're well aware of righteous indignation. They're well aware of what they're doing is rape by using trickery and illusion. They're well aware of the tricks that women use with provocative dress, dance, and makeup as they're trying to trick people into giving them awe and show them the illusion instead of reality. The W can be a symbol, from what I gather, of tits, birds, arrows pointing down, a mountain, water, or a butt itself, which might account for the ew in the wordplay in in show. which is connected to shu because of SHO being the phonetics of the sounds for show. So how do you escape this thing? Right? How do you escape this prison? It's right there in the wordplay as well. Waking up, right? Way king. And I've gone over the king words before, right? Fucking, mocking, right? Mock the king and so on. The king words prove my point as well. Also, way ka up, right? Ki being the earth deity. So if you go to the way of the Ki and you do the diet, deity and diet, and exercise, right? Accept the demon. When you exercise the demon, instead of expel the demon and destroy him, you go down. So anything but going to the true way out of this is the Igbo way. In this specific bloodline that ends with me, is going down. Also, we must consider how Hera is symbolized by the owl. The owl is associated with school and intelligence, Bohemian Grove, and Drake, among other things. Okay, he's a night predator that is said to be a successful hunter with exceptional sight at night. When we see the word like, there is wordplay there. It is a lie if you do it the earth, mother goddess, Ki, or Anna deity way. Who you like, you're an illusion if you look at things in terms of the material. Okay, the spirit is more telling. Okay, we look at one's moral scale. More L or more all. All the sheep, all the idiots, all the Greco-Roman rape called deities, or the true L, which is Ra, and Horus is his son, points the way and leads the way, and is the only way, the truth, and the life. You get the scale, which is a play on words for ka, lay. Right? Are you laying the spirit? Do you have a true moral scale? Or are you, ki lay, right? And ki lie, and so on and so forth. Or is it scale A, right? What alpha scales do you have? It goes back to martial arts. Okay. And of course the ki, the earth, provides food, so that's the god of this world, the devil, the Luciferian way, is the provider. This is the trade route scale. And anyone who doesn't like globalists or bankers or con men or used car salesmen or all these con artists that own businesses, you know that trade route people are bitches. And most of these businesses, if not all of them that are allowed to survive, are done so because they play the game. The main scale and actions, okay? Don't forget my saying at the beginning of this video, that if the moral scale is not the main scale and actions don't show it, one is evil. And we must hold women to the samurai wife's scale in terms of honor, right? She ultimately must be loyal to Pharaoh first and not to some fief or some system or some martial arts school or to her husband. First to Pharaoh, right? She's loyal to God through Pharaoh. Okay? So again, I want you to pause real quick. Answer this question. Why must we hold her to this scale? Hopefully you paused it and you answered it the right way. And the samurai's wife must be held to the scale in terms of true honor, because the Pharaoh must expect women to be this way, or else they don't have the true honor to serve God. Well, as it started raining, you must consider that female is a fair weather harlot. The fish out of the water argument, right? If she's really a good person, she can't stand to be away from God and not to submit to Pharaoh. That'd be like a fish out of water, and she wouldn't last very long. Okay. So there's also the difficulty of rescue and worthiness to consider. If they are not going through the fish out of water effect, okay, are they worth rescuing? Right? They're too comfortable with being evil. They found their life. Why? Because they are comfortable with evil. Okay. With this extreme evil and the complicity with this extreme evil that the people who follow the God of this world and choose to survive and choose to play the game of life instead of see that it is evil. Again, game is a play on words for quote-unquote gay, quote-unquote me, right? Backwards E-mage, it's a scramble for mage, and so on and so forth. And it has everything to do with image and not reality. So people are basically in these superficial rape called energy relationships, kind of like, have a nice day, oh, that's so cute, oh, that's cool, you work there, kind of bitch shit, right? And ultimately it is a rape cult energy, and it is the kind of gender-neutral Greco-Roman deities that dominate this quote-unquote game of life. And they found their foundation is really in Egypt, and it went through Sumer, right? As Sumer clashed with the martial artists of Egypt, they came up with more rape cult bitch shit and migrated to Greece and Rome, and through there they spread out through Europe, and eventually, everything else is history, colonialism, and so on. So, I want you to understand that I'm not playing the game. I chose to sacrifice everything for God and be prepared to sacrifice everyone and anything. Okay? And I put God first, the spirit over the flesh. I don't play the game. I intend to go through the sun gates, symbolically and otherwise, and to the source of the martial arts spirit that I have detected. And I do believe it is only because people don't truly do martial arts or truly connect to God that they do not obey me. I don't see even the beginnings of the reason not to believe this. So, Ebola. Ebola. Right. E-B-L-A. Also, Ebola, Ebola, Ebolo, and all Obi. This is a subtle and otherwise threat to the people who have a certain martial arts and occult systems that allows them to decipher the wordplay. Okay, and basically they're saying you're gonna die. We're gonna give you the diseases, right? AIDS, right? AIDS, backwards, right? Remove the S, die, right? Foreign aid, die. We only if you kill the alpha martial arts spirit will they help you. They wiped out many warrior groups in the process of getting people to submit, and basically the last true resistance is me, and it ends with me. This is after me. The sun gates closes. It is over. The King of Kings. No one else is qualified, nor do they have permission to continue this after I'm gone. Almost certainly they'll continue to play the game like a bunch of bitches, but bitches act like bitches. What can I tell you? So again, females have no honor if they're not honing God, right? Honor, right there in the word. Hone ear. Hone ear to the one true God. It is dishonorable to listen to anyone else. Right? And obviously I'm God's representative, and it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. So we see females are choosing their secret society, gang stalking, complicity, like their forefathers, their parents, their friends, their future daughters, right? They're all in this rape cult cycle, and they're choosing to convince their friends and to be complicit in the process of their friends being turned down and their daughters, and they're following the footsteps of their rape cult forefathers and mothers. Okay? It's pretty straightforward. So we have to consider what coerced sex rape is, how high the threat level is, the looming threat, and we must hold them to the samurai's wife expectation in regards to having honor and a willingness to sacrifice everything in oneself for true honor, and we must understand that that means obeying Pharaoh. If they don't do that, they're fair weather harlots. They're not in the fish out of water, kind of way. They can live in this evil world, and so on and so forth. We have to consider difficulty of rescue and worthiness.